on Worcester News tonight, Worcester Polytechnic Institute was filled with new inventions Tuesday as students, faculty, and alumni pitched their ideas for new products. Plus, Worcester's Hanover Theatre making a big announcement at their annual meeting. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Tonight we're learning 2 men killed at a concert down in Atlanta are from Worcester. Frank Holland spoke with family members of these victims and has the latest.
Dancing, singing, and laughing. Worcester natives Siobhan Diaz and Ewell Yanoa on stage in an Atlanta nightclub moments before they were gunned down.
My brother did not deserve it. He was a loving and kind soul. All he did was spread love and cheer to everyone.
Xavier Diaz and his family in Atlanta on Monday looking for answers after the shooting on Saturday night.
I just want justice for my brother.
Police say the man in the red plaid shirt in this video and the man standing next to him in the dark shirt are persons of interest. This is a video taken while Diaz and Yanoa were on their way to the club. They were aspiring rappers who went by the names Lukewarm and Wells TK. Atlanta police say the two were rowdy and climbed on stage before Boston rapper Cousin Stiz performed. But according to family members, they were there with the rapper and his entourage.
We're like brothers. They were like brothers.
The 2 men moved to Atlanta this year to pursue their own music dreams, according to Diaz's sister.
They wanted to do something for themselves. They had dreams, hopes, aspirations, and they just wanted to fulfill them and to make people happy while they did it.
Frank Holland, Worcester News Tonight.
We now turn to developing news. The second in command of the Massachusetts State Police announces Tuesday he will retire. This news comes just days after the abrupt retirement of State Police Colonel Richard McEwen. According to a department spokesman, Deputy Superintendent Francis Hughes is retiring from the force after 31 years. The announcement comes after 2 state troopers have filed federal lawsuits naming McEwen and others after they were allegedly ordered to alter an OUI arrest report of the daughter of a Dudley District Court judge. The Mass State Police spokesman saying in part, traditionally when a colonel superintendent of the Massachusetts State Police leaves his or her position, the deputy superintendent resigns as well to allow a new colonel to select a second in command of his or her own choosing. Switching gears now, it's been a chilly past couple of days, and as the weather is starting to get colder, the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service is sending a reminder not to move wood out of areas quarantined for the Asian longhorned beetle. APHIS staff say this time of year, people are stocking up on firewood for their homes, and it's important they follow state and federal regulations, which restricts the movement of woody material to keep this tree-killing pest from spreading outside of quarantine areas like in Massachusetts. There are 3 things people can immediately do to comply, which include entering a compliance agreement if you work with trees or tree-related products like firewood. With the agreement, you're able to use a designated wood disposal yard, and lastly, buy locally.
Locally sourced firewood from reputable dealers who demonstrate an understanding of the importance of our Asian longhorn beetle regulations.
APHIS says if people follow these rules and regulations, it is possible to get rid of the beetle for good. To date, together with their partners, they've successfully eliminated the beetle from a number of places, including Boston. Worcester Polytechnic Institute was filled with loads of new inventions Tuesday. 14 of the school's student, faculty, and alumni pitched their ideas for new products, with the winner receiving one of the university's top awards. Our Cam Jandro was at tonight's event and joins us now with more. Cam?
Yeah, Anna, this wasn't your everyday school invention contest. Members of the WPI community were presenting brilliant new product ideas, and it came with a shot at $10,000.
From a new type of batteries all the way up to a robotic arm. 14 WPI students, faculty, and alumni showcased their new product ideas for a shot at $10,000.
We are in the position to help support the economic development of Worcester and Central Massachusetts. And so we're trying, as part of the strategic plan, to have innovation and entrepreneurship embedded as a mindset for everybody at WPI.
Presenters had only 3 minutes to pitch their inventions to an audience. John McNeil has been working on his pressure ulcer invention for more than 2 years. He says his invention, along with the others, will help aid needs in the community.
The idea of applying technology to meet a human need, that's what engineering is really all about. It's just so much human suffering caused by them that applying the technology to, try to alleviate human suffering is worth the time.
This year's winner, the soft smart hand created by Weijia Tao. The invention is a robot which functions similar to a human hand.
Soft hand basically can grab anything, it wraps its finger around, so it basically works like normal human hand. Anything human hand can just grab it and pick up, it can do it.
Tao, who graduated this past year, was also one of 3 to receive the Kalanian Award, WPI's greatest honor for inventions with most commercial potential. She says she's thrilled to win, especially considering how long it took to create the soft hand.
Oh, it's really surprised. We just make some ideas, just do the drawing the SolidWorks, and then just make the prototype in three months.
Now, second place took home $6,000, and third place took home $4,000. When I asked Tao what she'd be doing with the money, she said it'd be going right back into her project. Anna?
What an amazing invention. Thanks, Cam. The Hanover Theatre making a big announcement tonight as they hold their annual meeting. The meeting was held at the conservatory located next to the theater. Board of directors, staff, volunteers, and theater patrons celebrated the achievements and milestones of the past year. The ongoing fundraising campaign was discussed. Employees and volunteers were recognized for their dedication to the theater. The big announcement, a 1920s American-themed restaurant named Josephine will be built on the first floor of the conservatory. Executive Director Troy Siebel says it's a great compliment to the theater district.
We've signed a lease with Chris Rassius, a restaurateur who owns and runs a restaurant in Boston, who's going to create a restaurant in this space here in the theater district called Josephine, really celebrating Josephine Baker and the Deco style of the 20s where the theater was built. We think it's going to be a great partnership. It's really something that we need to help make the district a destination.
Construction of Josephine will begin next month and is slated to open in the spring of 2018. The Renaissance happening in downtown Worcester will continue, with plans of renovating the Worcester Public Library. Jeffrey Dickinson, head librarian, says the idea began with a vision by city manager Edward Augustus. He says about $8 million has been secured for the project. Some of the plans include adding an entrance to the library on the Franklin Street side, moving the children's room to the 3rd floor and redesigning it, as well as building out over the covered walkway on Salem Street, adding about 8,000 square feet. Dickinson says things he envisioned when he first came to the library will now be a reality.
Including a much more significant teen section, a larger young adults with a connected sort of mixed use space that could be programming space, maker space, really a flexible space next to them for all of these sort of programming needs that teens need to keep them engaged and to keep them coming to the library through adulthood.
The next step now is the design stage. It's expected to begin sometime in January. The Central Massachusetts Housing Alliance holds an appreciation dinner Tuesday night, bringing community partners together who help to support the annual Walk for the Homeless. The walk has been held on the 3rd Sunday in May for the past 32 years. The walk not only raises money for programs which assist homeless families and individuals, but it also raises community awareness.
We're able to recognize folks and also to help them to plug in and make a difference. A lot of our sponsors, do projects throughout the year. We're a bunch of employees come together and assist, maybe in a food drive, a clothes drive, etc. So it's really a big community hub.
Last year, the walk raised more than $100,000. The city showing off its support for professional sports this morning, using a Worcester Railers hockey game as an example in the ongoing effort to lure the Pawtucket Red Sox to town. Members of the Paw Sox front office joined city leaders and Railers owner Cliff Rucker at Tuesday morning's game. Leadership from the Red Sox minor league affiliate have made several visits to the city's Canal District as a possible site for a new ballpark. The Railers couldn't confirm the nature of today's Paw Sox visit, but say it's a positive step.
A lot of city officials, a lot of interest in the game itself. So, we're excited to share this with everybody and really, open our doors to, let as many people experience Railers hockey as we possibly can. We'd have some special guests. A lot of people want to check out Railers hockey.
Sources say a deal which could bring the Paw Sox to Worcester is still a very real possibility. Late last month, lawmakers in Rhode Island said they want the state to renegotiate a deal to build the Paw Sox a new stadium. Meanwhile, Paw Sox leaders at the game was just a small part of a bigger day, including thousands of Worcester Public School students. The team hosted its first school day game. Kids got to enjoy a day of hockey, all while learning some new facts. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Worcester Public School students step out of the classroom Tuesday to cheer on the Worcester Railers. It's part of the Railers School Day game. More than 4,000 elementary and middle school students getting to experience hockey up close.
Most of them have never had an opportunity to see a hockey game, so this is a really nice chance for them to have an opportunity to learn something different than just the regular old subjects.
The Railers say this is part of the partnership with the school system. All students received discounted or free tickets.
It's very important for us to make sure that, nobody's left behind at school during a field trip. Everybody's able to come down, check this out.
The Railers hosted the Brampton Beast, and fourth grader Rosalie Behe says she loves cheering on her home team.
Winning, scoring, losing, if they lose, I don't care.
The Railers are also teaching Worcester Public School students how to skate. They say this is another way for the team to be involved with the community. And if Rosalie is any indication, the hockey club picked up a bunch of new fans.
Go Worcester Railers!
Obviously for the guys to have that many screaming kids in the crowd gets them pumped up in the morning.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester.